Hey yo, we back in with this motherfucker. God damn, we on the stream. It's the only way I remember on the channel, so you know, that's fine. I should change the thing to permanently, so everybody understands what happens, but I keep forgetting to, so.
Most demon-looking motherfucker on the planet. This guy looks downright evil. This is what I imagine Satan looks like in hell. But not only does he look and sound like he rules in hell, he fucking acts like it too.
Again, getting back to the comment. You said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Don't you ever say I did.
We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and
of evil.
The hellfire and wrath beneath that mask. Pretty deplorable shit, but this has nothing to do with what he's doing with coronavirus. I just wanted to bring everyone up to speed, or just give you a refresher on the Kenneth Copeland lore from the old manga, I suppose. Here's the coronavirus shit.
Put your hand on that television.
Yeah. Put your hand on the screen.
Sounds like the world's worst ASMR. I also don't know what his hand is covered in, the old sacred semen there or something. Looks like he's dipped it in some candle wax.
Thank you, Lord Jesus. He received your healing. Yes. Now, say it, I take it. I take it. I have it. It's mine. It's mine.
I was almost past that.
This whole segment here reminds me of Squidward when he goes to be all alone and you keep hearing alone repeated in multiple different voices. That's this Kenneth Copeland coronavirus healing segment in a nutshell. Far be it from me to question how effective wet fingers can be when curing the coronavirus, but I mean, if you're not even in the same room with the wet fingers, I think the effectiveness of it goes down even further. I don't think putting your hand on a TV where Kenneth Copeland's hand is going to do much. In fact, maybe that TV you're touching has coronavirus on its surface, and now you just kind of fucked yourself, and Kenneth Copeland hasn't healed you. He's fucking pranked you and given you the coronavirus. I mean, you're really taking it right there.
I thank you and praise you for it. Yes. And I forgive if I have on against you. And I praise you that I'm well and whole.
Alrighty.
According to the word of God.
So.
I'm healed. Yes.
After this,
coronavirus
cases dropped to zero.
Supposed to hit up shit, but apparently where I live having bus registration, so apparently not a lot wrong, which is not fun, It's not really too. But apparently I'm gonna be out for a bit again, so I don't know. I don't really know what I'm in like the thing where you can like upload files and shit. I can put on a video and shit. I feel like an old man every single time I get on a restream because like I don't really know what I'm doing on here. Yeah.
I consider not symptoms in my body.
I consider not symptoms.
Only that which God. Only that.
All of it.
And by his stripes I am healed now. I'm not the sick trying to get
energy drink is like a fucking pretzel.
Yeah, fuck the devil. At least this was free, I'll say. This was a free healing done through the television. At least he wasn't charging for it or.
Yeah, that's a free thing through the. Although, we forgot that I don't have any I don't have a thumbnail for this. Oh, now you get to see what we fucking get. I want to see this. I want to see how much we play on fucking goddamn fucking console. I want to see this. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Man, I can't tell you guys how long it has been since I've actually played on console. It's been a while. I mean, granted, maybe some of you guys are new to the channel. You don't know. I've only played COD on PC for 2 years now. Modern Warfare was. But I want to upload the first game I play because I don't want it to be fake. I want to really see the difference here. Now I don't know what the most optimal settings are.
You're going to see the difference, my man.
Since when I first played the beta.
You can't change jack shit.
A 0.01 dead zone. I would assume there's no dead zone is probably the best option, but I actually don't know.
No, it is not the best option.
A 6 sensitivity. If you don't know, my PC sensitivity is 4, and it's
I play on fucking max.
Pretty slow PC. Aim response curve, dynamic.
Who's gonna get?
I know my FOV is now stuck at 70 or 80, whatever the console FOV is. Use reload behavior.
You're gonna see how
I'm not changing. We're just gonna have to play. We're gonna have to play.
Good luck, buddy. Good luck, buddy. Let's see how you play on console. You see what we feel every day. What I used to feel every day.
Okay, I use my PC classes. That's okay. That's probably okay. I'll just stick with
He's gonna quickly learn that every AR on console sucks fucking ass. He's gonna learn very quick that sniping is the reason why console players thrive.
Go play.
Oh my lord. I can't wait to see this.
I'm like nervous.
Yeah, you're nervous.
I don't want to let you guys down, but I also feel like
because he knows that, like, if he fails here, every fucking point that we have made on console is completely true. You are fucking damaged on console, and it's still true. No matter what Marksman does in this game, I'm still gonna fully believe that console players are completely disadvantaged. I don't care. It's fucking. This is what it is.
Hold my own.
It is such a big difference between console and PC. Just such a big difference.
I would be so bad going back to PC though. I would be atrociously awful.
Search and destroy. Protect the assets.
Don't worry.
Sliding in.
I know for a fact he does not feel good right now. He feels so uncomfortable playing like this.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
God, I missed how easy that was to freaking silence, though.
That's just controller in general. If you played on controller, that'd be easier.
Got one.
Of course, he's still pretty good and shit. I know for a fact I'm right. Of course he's gonna do well. It's Marksman.
Oh my God, he was in a corner.
Yep.
With a 7.25.
You're gonna learn that quick how FOV damages you. That might not have been good. That might not have been a good example on how FOV screws, but because he was sitting in the corner like fully. But he's gonna learn very quick that FOV fucks up every fucking like auto weapon for you. We get.
I wonder if my matchmaking also carries over from PC. Like, am I gonna have the same average level of skill player on my team?
Yeah.
It's looking like it. It's looking like it. Not at all. And it's so much easier to beat.
Yep. That's one of the benefits on console. Or like
on PC, you have to right click, then click view. Controller is an X on my camera. Screw them. Maybe we go B. I don't even know how to slide cancel. It's slide. God, it's a weird button combo here now.
Asset locations confirmed. Defending them is critical.
Okay. And another 7.25 death. Good news, it's looking like we use the same guns everybody else uses still.
Yeah, it's all good.
I would have killed that guy too, probably, if I was on PC, but my aim was a little sketchy there.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, everything PC is just completely better.
It's hard to take the routes I normally would, because I kind of have to ego challenge. And it's hard to do that.
Yeah. See, this is like the thing. He is quickly realizing how damaging it is to be on console. Especially when you're a good player. Imagine being a good player and being disadvantaged in every way possible, both from the game and its matchmaking. How the fuck are you going to do anything? Imagine playing on keyboard and mouse on console. Imagine doing that for Modern Warfare. Imagine doing that. fucking stupid. Cold War is a little bit more forgiving. It has 120 FOV maxed and 120 FPS for next gen. So you have a good thing. But it's like Modern Warfare is just so bad, and Warzone is going along with it.
I like it.
Also, I heard Warzone is going to be getting a next gen. Rumors there's going to be a next gen update for not next gen update, but next gen release for Warzone. I don't think it's going to translate over to Modern Warfare, and all I want to see is Jeb start crying. I want to see Jeb start crying. I want to see like I just want to see like all the like players in general that I've like watched constantly grow over the years just cry whenever Modern Warfare isn't added to the Modern Warfare isn't added to the Warzone next gen update, because this is something I resonate with completely. I play on the Series X. You playing on 70 FOV on a console that could possibly run Cyberpunk very well, probably better than fucking PC. It hurts, it hurts a little bit. It hurts my fucking soul. But watching Warzone get 120 FOV while Modern Warfare still gets 70 would be heartbreaking, to say the very least. And it's coming from a person that isn't even going to play the game anymore. I am never returning the COD. Once I get back in the Xbox, once I get back in the gaming and shit, I'm gonna get on Splitgate and I'm gonna start playing there. Splitgate seems like it's taking over. Apex seems like it's taking over. I'd rather play Xbox, the original Xbox games for fucking years on end than play a COD game ever again. Or Activision games in general. Activision Blizzard games. I don't want to play Overwatch. I don't want to play, I think World of Warcraft is Blizzard also. I don't want to play any of that shit. You guys can go suck a fucking cock. It's funny watching, like, I know Twitch viewers isn't like a very big like fucking like statistic for like how many people are playing a game, but it shows how many people are interested into the game enough to watch a stream of it, or at least watch their favorite streamer play the game. So Warzone has gone down significantly, along with Modern Warfare and Cold War combined don't even get half of what Warzone has in terms of viewers. But Warzone has decreased so fucking bad lately, as to where it's like 866K viewers, and then Warzone's down to 70K, and this is due to the part that the accusations against Activision Blizzard and the overall decrease in value of games is showing clearly that Call of Duty is done. COD is over, basically. I understand people are still waiting for World War II, but what happens then? What do you do then? What? How are you guys going to run the World War II game, World War II weapons into Warzone? How are you guys going to update a World War II game? How are you guys going to even be able to comprehend how to like functionally create a good anti-cheat, which they're never going to do. But if they do, how are you guys going to do that? It's been 4 fucking years, and cheaters have found your system, have fucking found their way through your system for years on end. Cheaters have been in your games for years, and they have gotten worse by the year. And you're telling me that after 4 years, no anti-cheat, no, the skill-based matchmaking is terrible. Accusations of sexual assault, sexual harassment, fucking things, accusations of suicide, not accusations of suicide, an actual suicide happening, and the fucking company being blamed for it. But which I think is a valid fucking reason. They should be blamed for it if this fucking person is sexually harassing them, and the person, I don't even want to talk about it. It's a bad situation. I don't even want to speak about it. It's legally fucked up. But but just to explain right here, their game is taking so much shit right now. There is no possible way World War II is going to succeed. And if World War II even does succeed, take this into account. Cold War only has sold half of what Modern Warfare has. How is World War II going to do? World War II, the first World War II was the most hated game on Earth. Nobody liked World War II. Everybody quit World War II by the end of the fucking game span. People already quit Cold War by half of the game span. Marksman hasn't even been on Cold War in 4 fucking months. Like, it's just like, it's showing that people don't want to play COD anymore. And World War II is going to fail. Whatever is next is going to fail. Simple. And let's also remember that World War II was supposed to be revealed at E3. Where is it at? Where is it at, Sledgehammer? Where is it at, Activision? Do you guys not have it ready yet? You're telling me that at the very least you guys cannot show anything at E3. At the very least, I think they showed Cold War at E3. At the very least, and it looked like a functional game. If Cold War, one of the most unfinished COD games in history, it feels so fucking bad. Unfinished. How is World War II going to be when it can't even get a fucking appearance at E3? Alright. Anyway, that's just what I'm saying. I don't mean to go on rants about this shit. I'm just really mad about how fucking Activision is. I just really hate Activision.
I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I can't even do my slide very well. I suck. If I got used to the button combo, I probably would be so terrible at it. How's your health there, brother? I guess 725 become a
You know, like the problems of the 725 doesn't go away whether you're on console or PC. So this is what we handle every day, and we're not you. See, this is like, I understand they joke around and shit about like console and shit, but a lot of the times it is obvious that like they don't like console or at the least controller. And a lot of the controller players are on console. 80% of people are on controller or a console. And so I don't understand why you guys talk so much shit when you guys have almost every advantage. I don't understand. You guys have an entire arm. You guys statistically have more of an advantage in terms of everything. You guys have FOV, FPS, fucking like at the very least, your fucking like low end PCs can run Modern Warfare better than a fucking than an Xbox One or a fucking PS, like a very fucking base PS4. Like it's just not even a comparison. Xbox One and PS4 like fucking CPUs are fucking terrible. They are the equivalent of a fucking like laptop off a fucking Asus or Asus, whatever the fuck the crappy goddamn brand is.
Okay.
Less than a minute. It's down to you, soldier. Finish it.
He's also quickly gonna realize that if he is playing on like console, if he is legitimately on console, he is going to notice some audio issues. He's going to notice that audio is not as good as it is on PC. Unless like his headphones like fucking counteract that somehow, because he has like DT 990s, I think, 990 Pros. So he might be able to.
My audio is better on PC too.
Fucking you fucking. I didn't pre-watch this. This came out like a fucking couple minutes ago. So I can't pre-watch this. I've been on stream the entire time. What the fuck? Like I'm a genius. I'm a plain genius. Audio was purely better on PC for some reason. I don't know what it is on console, but apparently console just doesn't have a good fucking audio fucking system for some reason.
Weird to say.
Yeah, I know. It is weird to say because it shouldn't fucking be. It shouldn't be like that. I don't know. It feels like the audio should be the fucking the main thing that like feels the same across every fucking platform, but apparently it fucking doesn't.
I saw that there. Oh my god, that guy camping there, the Claymore too. I couldn't even see it until I jumped up. I was gonna jump over the thing. They have Claymores and Bouncy Betties on all the doors. The only guy going positive. This is not looking good. Switching sides.
And quickly,
I can't play as aggressive as I want to. It's all ego challenging. I have stick drift too. You can see it happening right now. Well, not a huge.
Like I said, being a PC player and a good player is one thing. Being a good player and a console player is the worst. By far the worst. You are disadvantaged every way possible. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how hard you try. You will always have 70 FOV, and if you're on PlayStation, you will have only 60 fucking FPS. Simple. Like it's just you can't counteract it. Their game was made. They literally switched from console to PC in terms of like priority so fast. I am gonna cry. Bro, like it's sad, bro. Like console players used to be the kings of COD. Then like they just magically switched to PC because fucking Fortnite had it. And I'm not saying that like console didn't like have like a big following in Fortnite. Of course it did, but like PC ran Fortnite, and like this is just what it is. They follow trend. They follow fucking speech impediment trends. They follow trends. And they fail on those trends. They add in features that come from other games, and then they fuck up those features and then remove them, and then remove other features because they had the fucking bugs with them. Like it's just literally just a fucking hierarchy of crap.
Why is my controller years old? I haven't used it at all. Destroy the target.
Nope, that's just stick drift whenever you have 0.00. Dead zone matters on controllers no matter what you do. Modern Warfare for some reason 0.00 just doesn't really just has very bad stick drift. I play on like 0.09, I think. That was what I played on.
Alright. Got control of where I wanted to go.
FOV hurts, doesn't it? Trying to look dope both directions. If he knows what's happening.
75, bitch.
Oh. Hey man, it's always marksman. You can't marksman. I just like seeing the differences between how he plays on console and how he plays on PC. That's just what I like to see. And, you know, it's like there's a big difference between how he played on console a couple years ago when everybody was on console and how everybody plays now when a lot of people are on PC. And you can tell that he's confident, but he's not at the point where he can he said himself, he can't ego challenge. It's just impossible for him.
Last one, finish the job. Less than a minute.
And another 725. Dude, my whole team quit. I don't see there's any difference on console. The only difference here is I can't carry as well as I normally would, but I'm still playing with bad players against try-hard players, and I'm dying the exact same guns.
So basically what you're saying is console players have it worse, but since you're good, you can beat that basically. Or you can almost beat it. That's okay. I agree with that. I agree with that completely.
I have 4 deaths. It's Claymore, 725, 725, 725. Less cheaters, though, I'm sure.
No.
Although
No, crossplay disabled. If you have crossplay disabled on, yes, but if you're a console player and you have crossplay enabled, you still face the same cheaters if you're good. So
It doesn't make much of a difference if I'm not able to drop 25 kills like I won my games.
yeah, crossplay disabled sucks in every fucking way possible. I could have added, they could have just took 5 hours, of coding. They could have took that time where they were drinking and everything, and, coded a thing where we could pick on, you could do crossplay enabled with PC and PlayStation for fucking console, and then you could do that because that would give a feature that PC players don't have. You give console players the ability to play with only PlayStation players and or Xbox players. They play with the other console. That's a way to give fucking console players features that fucking PC doesn't have. So there is a fucking reason to pay the same amount of money for the game with 70 FOV. Just pointing that out. Just pointing that out. Same amount of money paid for the same amount of fucking money for a game that has completely different fucking ways of playing. Completely different. But it's like playing Granny on Android and then playing Granny on PC. It is a noticeable fucking difference. Noticeable.
It is a problem. And 725 again. So every single death I've had, pretty much, is a 725. My team all went negative. We lost the game entirely. I don't feel like there's really any difference for PC to console in terms of matchmaking. It's still miserable.
Matchmaking, yes. I want you to tell me what's the difference between console and PC in terms of gameplay, though. Tell me what's the difference between gameplay.
Search and destroy.
It's going positive. It's pretty sad that this is how bad the game's become, though, right?
Yeah.
How can you expect anyone to have fun with this level of matchmaking?
Yep. As a PC player, at the very least, you got your FOV and shit. We don't have shit. This is what I played on for over 6 fucking months straight.
Like, seriously.
I just fucking felt like Mark's not according to me. They just fucking give up. There's no point. But once that fucking Rainbow Six fucking X Defiant or whatever the fuck it is comes out, play it. Just get on it. Doesn't matter how fucking doesn't matter how different Fakata is. Just get the fuck on it. There's just no reason to play this game anymore. And it's just fucking Christ, bro. What I'm hoping for Marksman to fucking say that he won't pay for World War II before it drops. I'm hoping that he fucking comes to that point eventually with Modern Warfare, because he quit Cold War. I want to see. I'm hoping at one point he gets so fucking mad at Modern Warfare. He has such a bad game that he just says he won't pay for World War II. I want people who are committed to these games to just give up on it and find something new and get more audiences. Find a way to fucking branch out. Because as a community, we need to tell these fucking developers and the people that are publishing the games that we can't get pieces of crap to come out a year after a fucking game. 3 years theoretically, but they don't put jack shit in those 3 years. For fuck's sake, 3 years has not done good for any COD game in the last 5 years. Simple.
At least it was a 725. Unfortunately, my only problem there was I could not challenge him close because he shotguns me. If I challenge him far, he signs me out the headwind. But
Search and destroy.
We actually won the round. The teammate clutched it. Both my teammates were pieces of shit too, though. They're both 725 as well. They both had AS fouls on. Everyone's a scumbag apparently.
Multi-game has to be. Also noticeably harder to track on console. I don't know what it is about Modern Warfare, but I can't track in Modern Warfare. I was able to track in Apex perfectly fucking fine, but when Modern Warfare came out, I don't know. I lost the ability. I don't know. I guess I got used to the bad movement in the game, and I lost the idea that these people can like move. Like fucking, like I don't know. That's just like in Apex Legends, I had the ability to track targets who were fucking moving fast because everybody fucking bunny hopped and shit around that fucking meta, and they still do. But in Modern Warfare, it's completely different. For some reason, tracking in that game is just so fucking hard. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's like the fact that controller is just significantly fucking worse on console in Modern Warfare than it is on Apex Legends, which is stupid because it's a game that you have to pay $60 for compared to a game that's free. So that's bad.
God, I am definitely slower. Noticeably not as good as jumping and aiming where I need to be.
Friendly UAV online.
I'm hoping he just admits that like console players just have it really fucking difficult, and the fact that he is good is the only reason why he is even functioning through console.
Where do you think this guy's gonna go?
Because if Marksman is having a tough time here, you like imagine any other player. Imagine any other player.
Oh, I mean that is disgusting though. Oh, like I just owned him. Nice. We won 2 rounds. Yo, legends. I'm not gonna lie, that was disgusting. I don't feel very confident in my movement, but that was so easy to aim at that guy.
Mid range for the Uzi. Of course, you can have the easy fucking name. You're trying to 2-shot a guy in the fucking skull from like 40 feet away. That is another thing. Like console is easiest in the middle range and like mid range by far. Mid range is like console's like golden point. Close up is not good because you don't have the FOV to like fucking turn indefinitely. So if you're on long range, it's too far away and your shots fucking don't connect correctly. So you're fucked.
Just hit him. I'm over at 2K now. I am owning. Our teammates kind of owning too.
Search and destroy.
I don't know what to do about these people. They just keep going B, which is such a bad way to go, but like they don't get punished for it.
Protect the objectives.
He knows that he plays a lot better whenever he's playing a lot better now that he knows his enemy's like play style. He knows how the enemies push.
God, that is horrible system.
Oh yeah, the UAV system. Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, not the UAV system, the score streak system. Terrible. By far the worst. I think it was a lot better. Was it better? Yeah, it was better in Cold War. It was better in Cold War. I think they switched it to like going down, up, and like right and shit.
I can't use my kill streaks because I don't know how, because I have this giant dumb fucking circle on my screen. Why did they change? That pissed me off so much in beta too. It's like, I get it. You fucking total moronic idiot dumb fucking devs thought that we wanted to do emotes. So you fucked over the decent kill streak system we had and gave us this stupid giant fucking go fuck yourself ring. And nobody wanted that. It was fine how it was.
This is his first time.
Oh my god, this guy sucks. I wonder he's 1-7. Even with a Val and a 7.25? Holy shit, this guy makes me look great on controller.
You see, yeah, this guy's keyboard and mouse on console. This is keyboard and mouse on console.
He makes me look like a god.
I know exactly what that fucking movement is. That's keyboard and mouse on console. I used to play like that on Modern Warfare. I remember that. That was fucking difficult as shit. No wonder why his team is so fucking bad.
Hey,
It's over for our team.
15-7. Teammates all left. Typical matchmaking system, and basically every single death was a 7-2-5. I would have loved to use my kill streaks, but you know, like I said, we have a giant go fuck yourself circle to mess with, so that's a great feature. I'm glad we did that. The emotes are definitely worth it. Not bad. I'll be honest, I don't think I did that bad. Could I have done better? Sure. Knowing my button combos for like sliding properly and like moving around.
I hear your opinion on what console.
Definitely could have improved on. But first game on in like what, year and a half for a console? I'll take it.
I didn't give an opinion on how console is compared to PC, but like I got the gist of what he was saying. He like on all the points you made in the video, it's just generally slower and a lot less like effective. It's you're less accurate playing a console. It's just simple. There's no other way to put it. You are slower. You have less movement. You have less FOV. You most likely have a less FPS. It is terrible in every way possible. And limitations, yes, I understand. But if I can play Apex Legends at a decent FOV, and I can't play Modern Warfare, and you guys might say, "Oh, Modern Warfare is 200 gigabytes." That's because Modern Warfare has the worst storage management in any game in history. Cold War was a next gen game, and it was less than Modern Warfare. That should have been obvious. Even though Cold War is actually starting to get a lot fucking... Bro, I remember downloading Cold War and it was 200 gigabytes. 200 on a fucking console, bro. For like, if I had an Xbox Series S, I'd literally have to... If I had an Xbox Series S, I would only have this game in like, maybe, what, 200 more gigabytes? What the fuck? I am glad I stuck with the plan. I'm glad I stuck with the plan of the Series X. I was gonna fucking shivel down and then pick the Series S, but nope. Fucking committed, and eventually I got it. It's really nice. I got this fucking this fucking covering of Chewbacca and shit. You know, there's images off. You know, it looks pretty good. I don't know why. I might pick up a new fucking cover though. I want to get a new cover and something that fits more what I'm into now. I was into Star Wars for a bit, and that's why I got Chewbacca. But now I think I'm gonna switch over. I don't really know what I'm gonna choose though. I might just make my own photos and shit. You know. Like take like pictures of like the sky and shit around my neighborhood, then post it, put it on here. All right. Well. H3 and Keemstar with that 20-year-old girl situation. H3 is a fucking dumbass. Simple. Why the fuck should you care? She's 20 years old. She's marrying the guy. He's what? What is he? 30 something? Keemstar's 30 fucking 9? Oh my god. Let's say that's a change the situation. I think the 20 and 39 is perfectly fucking acceptable. She's 20 years old. She's been out, she's been an adult for 2 fucking years. Why is it your fucking responsibility? I don't, this is just my opinion. And this is coming from a person that hates Keemstar and indecently likes Ethan and shit. I don't mind Ethan, but he just makes really stupid fucking takes on the point of hating people at this point.
So we just went through the
And number 2, this isn't even look at this. This isn't even bad compared to fucking I seen fucking Chug Daddy shit a lot worse than this shit. Fucking 19-year-olds and 60-year-olds and shit. Like that shit gets covered sometimes, but like this shouldn't be covered. The 20, it's like at the very least a 19-year age cap. That's not that bad.
Chapeda's perspective on this Keemstar.
I don't know if like other people have different opinions on this, but that's not that fucking bad.
So you guys know, if you want, like, okay, this is gonna, because I have to make this a different video because Trisha talks so much and there's so much to criticize her for. I think it would be irresponsible to make all these together. Deep breath. So we just watched the Trisha Paytas perspective on Keemstar dating a 20-year-old at 39. If you want context, you're going to go to that. You can go to that one, or you can go to the video where Boogie2988 asked me to weigh in on the situation as well. I am currently...
I'm surprised you fucking spoke with Boogie. I'm surprised Boogie even fucking has any, like, connections with people, so...
Educating myself on these perspectives, like Boogie, to be responsible when it comes to, like, you know, actually talking about
Hey, Boogie's making fucking improvements on his goddamn fucking behavior. I'm perfectly okay with it.
In short,
I like Boogie.
here,
Even though he's fucked up a lot, I like Boogie.
I think it's weird that a 20-year-old and a 39-year-old are dating. It's weird. It's immature. That's the reality. It seems to be a midlife crisis. I think
I understand he's made a lot of mistakes and shit, and like I know like this is really like fucking fucking corny and shit, but like I think he has improved in recent years. You know, he still makes dumb takes and shit, and you know he still does that fucking Francis shit, but like
there's a loser for it. However, it is two consenting adults making a choice. Age of consent 18, it is legal. I think it's gross again, but Keemstar is already gross. Now, you might be somebody that advocates for an older age of consent. Totally understand. However, right now, they're working within what is the legal framework. Let's acknowledge that our laws are a reflection of our morals and our...
If we have a conversation on legality and age of consent on here, we're going to be here for fucking years. There's literally no possible way to discuss this without including 18,000 different fucking variables that'll change the outcome and change the consent from up to down until eventually we come at a point where we don't even know whether or not we're true with ourselves. This is what it is. Contemplating whether or not a person is able to have a relationship or a sexual relationship with an individual whenever they're 20 years old and the other person is 40 shouldn't be your concern. At the current point, if you think it's gross, okay, you think it's fucking gross. But like, why are people making videos about this shit? There should be no reason people are making videos about this shit. It is legally okay. There's no reason to make videos about it. At this point, you are making videos simply because you want to make a video about Keemstar. I don't even want to make a video about this. I'm a cloud chaser and shit, but like that's a bad thing to say, but like I am. I put videos up about like fucking topics that are like popular at the moment. And it's like that's what everybody does. But like at like H3 just fucking complaining about this shit. How old is Evidence? Like I understand this is not really a good comparison. All right, stream's still going. All right. What I was gonna say is, there isn't really a bigger difference. I'm gonna say that Ethan like looks a lot older than Hila does. I thought Hila was like I didn't thought Hila was in like her mid 20s. I thought she was like 30 and Ethan was like maybe 40. I think that's what I thought. That's stupid to say because like Ethan doesn't look that old actually, but like it's just like the gray hair and shit just gets me. But like Keemstar dating a 20-year-old should not be his concern. That's just what I think. I had the same opinion on that fucking that actress marrying that fucking like 18 to 19-year-old guy. Like it's legal. You'd think it's gross and everything, all right, but it's legal. I don't know. I like this is like really. I know this is like a stupid fucking like point to make. This is very stupid. Oh, it's legal. Big like fucking a lot of shit back then was fucking legal. But this in the current situation right now, at the current point, in a time where we have learned a lot of new things. 18 has been the age that stayed. And it's not like he is dating a 16-year-old. He is dating an 18-year-old person who is legally able to is able to move out of their house and shit. Just I don't know. It's just Ethan. I just feel like Ethan making a big deal about the situation. It just rubs me the wrong way. It feels personal. That's what it not personal to me, but it feels personal like to Keemstar for him.
And what about slavery? I would just sit here and say, well, what about murder, theft, assault, child abuse, and etc.? You agree with 99.9% of the laws, but you want to use slavery and weaponize black issues the second it's convenient for you. Most of our laws are rooted in our morality. Some are dated. I think that our Romeo and Juliet laws are dated. 16 and 20-year-olds shouldn't be interacting, but they can because of our laws. And because they can because of our laws, I would say that it removes the predatory intent. This, to me, screams a 39-year-old who just got out of a fresh relationship.
I mean, I think 16 or 20-year-olds shouldn't be interacting like that either. I think the limit should be up to 19 and 16 to 19. I think that should be the Romeo and Juliet laws, kind of, because that's an age where it's acceptable to understand that these individuals could be in the same class together. They could be in school together. They grow up basically as peers. There's no way there's no, and like if you try to like debate like other situations where the 19-year-old isn't like in the same school, it doesn't matter. It like you're not trying to base it off every situation. You're just trying to base it off of like a general like stasis. So like the 19, like this is the same thing. Same point. Fucking Moist Critical. He said 17 and 19 isn't pedophilia. It's like what's pedophilia is sending images, sending inappropriate images and getting inappropriate images from a minor on a phone. That is what's pedophilia. But having interactions, having a relationship with a 17-year-old whenever you're 19 is not pedophilia. That's my opinion. Same with 16 and 19. I think 20 is the limit, in my opinion. I think 20 at that point, you're out of school. You're at a point where you are your own person. You should not be you should be able to make your own choices, and you should be dating people who are above the age of 18. And I think that 16 and 19 is all right. That I don't know. That's probably very controversial, but that's just my opinion. 16 and 19 is perfectly okay. As long as you are not getting pictures from them on your fucking phone like a dumbass, as long as you're not doing that, I feel like it's perfectly acceptable.
By dating a 20-year-old and a 20-year-old that thinks it's kind of fun to date a 39-year-old. Also, we already talked about this, but the existence of power dynamics do not create the instant abuse of a power dynamic. The fact that Keemstar would be dating somebody that may be their fan is an irrelevancy to me.
Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. The situation doesn't change the fact on a general status. The general fact here is that he is a 39-year-old man dating a 20-year-old, and whether or not she is a fan is completely in or out the window. But at this point, we should just be focusing on what's known here. It is a 20-year-old woman dating a 39-year-old man. It is legal. They have both committed into the relationship, and it is obvious that they both like each other. So there is no issue here. And you might think it's gross, but who the fuck are you?
Open up another power dynamic, open to abuse? Absolutely. But if you think that power dynamics are inherently abusive, you think that people who make more money than other people cannot date those people. Yeah. You think that the popular girl in high school can't date the nerd in high school. You understand? You have to think that men and women can't date because men do have a physical power dynamic over women. You see how this becomes a slippery slope? And you also think that every single rock and rap artist needs to go to jail for having sex with their fans, which they call groupies. This 20-year-old still has.
I still think that's completely fucking horseshit. I still think, yeah, like, you know, like there is like somewhat of a power dynamic between it, but these are grown fucking people. If these people are literally simping over somebody, they go to pay for shit. And they fucking, and they had sex. I don't understand, like, if you're gonna come out years later and say like you're a grown fucking person making these decisions and going to, you know, going to know fucking concerts and shit, and then going, and then the person and you don't. I don't know. It's just a really fucking stupid situation. It's like, you're a grown fucking person. If you're simping over some fucking like human being, it is your priority to make sure that you do not go far in your belief. If you believe that you do not want to have sex with an individual because they are a star and they are a celebrity, then that's your fucking opinion. But if you're going to fucking go and then like, if you agree to have sex with this person and then you come out years later and say you don't want it, what the fuck? You're not under the influence, so it's not like you don't have consent. You gave them consent. There's nothing that says you didn't give them consent.
Like, she has her own autonomy. She's still an individual person, and she's above our age of consent, so she can make consensual choices. Calling that predatory is disgusting and diminishing to people with true trauma that have actually been.
That's what I believe.
So stop it. Now, I don't know what Trisha Ethan has to say, but I felt like I needed to give a little bit of a rundown, pretty much a summing up of what happened in the Trisha video. You should probably watch it. Obviously, shameless plug. Let's just get into this. I'm probably going to play this at an increased speed. I tried to on the Trisha video, but she talks so fucking fast. However, we only watched 17 minutes of the Trisha video. This one's a bit more. So let's try to bang this out.
You said, all right, shall we? Yeah. Okay. This is fun. This is exciting. Keemstar knew I was about to get roasted today because he tweeted at me this morning or last night or something when we made the event. Can you send that link? Keemstar give me a box. I'm like, did we drop it in there? I'll highlight it for you. Yeah.
It's a little too fast.
Right? Yeah, so it came out, and I actually learned this from Trisha. Trisha made this spin-off of Friends called Panic.
You learned this from Trisha. Why are you still associating yourself with?
They're friends. I already say she's a bad person and shit right now, and she's like making super fucking claims and shit, but they're still friends. They most likely still interact. I understand that they fucking don't have the show anymore. They just have friends.
Trisha. Didn't he say that Trisha tried to ruin his life? He's like, I learned this from Trisha. You don't learn things from Trisha. You just get bad information from Trisha. That's just the fact.
I agree with that. He most likely got bad information from Trisha. He still learned it from Trisha. He still learned bad shit from Trisha.
And her latest one, she attacked Keemstar for dating a 20-year-old. And I was like, spicy. Well, I didn't know that was a thing.
Did you follow Ryan?
No. Maybe I should be following his line.
No, you're fine.
You're right.
Yeah, like Keemstar and Ethan have documented. Listen, Keemstar's a scumbag. I said it in the last video with Trisha. Keemstar's a scumbag that's on like a laundry list of bad things.
Yes.
He suggested to Etika to take his own life. As an adult, you should know when somebody has some kind of a mental incapability, and you should know to be more.
Keemstar is one of the things Keemstar is literally hated for most, and I don't agree with the statement, but I agree with the Keemstar basically killed Etika. And like I said, I don't agree with the statement, but I agree with the sentiment. This guy right here damaged Etika, and the suggestion was not that was the most stupidest thing I've ever seen almost any fucking commentator do. To suggest somebody to kill themselves at any fucking point. You're a fucking grown goddamn man. You are I know he was 30 at that point. You were a fucking 30-plus-year-old man. You're hitting your mid-30s. What the fuck are you doing? You're not on COD. What the fuck? This is just so stupid. You are a grown man telling another man to kill themselves. Especially, and then it's when you know that they have an issue. You know that they have issues because they fucking talk to them. Whenever you speak to somebody, you get what the fuck you feel that what they're going for. You had spoke to the man, you spoke with his issues, and you fucking basically ridiculed and ruined him.
Keemstar wasn't involved. I don't care what the parents say. I listened to the conversation. I think that there's at least something there that like there's a learning experience there, and Keemstar absolutely did act very poorly in that situation and did contribute to the death of him. He falsely labeled an old man a pedophile. He,
Yes.
Told women that are getting sexually assaulted in the mouth that they should just push it. Why can't you just push it out of your mouth? There's a laundry list of ways that Keemstar's been. Problem is, this is one of my constant things. If you dogpile somebody when they don't do something that's actually wrong, people tune out to the things that they actually do that's wrong.
Yes.
You're ruining your own credibility by doing this, and you're turning this entire situation and
into
you're really just framing every bad thing that Keemstar has ever done. You're just framing it through the lens of YouTube drama. And this is why people like Keemstar and especially James Charles don't get deplatformed. It's because we look at them through a lens of drama. And we don't understand that because it's something that's very subtle and it's not very active. But like we look at these types of things, YouTube through a drama.
That was the same thing I had in Christian. People really kind of like forgot about the Christian situation because the fact that this information was out was so insane. The fact that this information was out and the fact that it was so public literally put the information down. Somehow that information being showed to everybody somehow made people forget about it. It was like, you know, it was like in like Men in Black, whenever you fucking like you put like that stick up and you know everybody forget shit. That's what it kind of was. They literally looked at the Christian situation and then forgot about it and then just started making jokes about it. And like, you know, I sometimes joke, but I have a dark sense of humor. But like, the situation is just seriously fucked up. It is demon levels of fucked up. Like the manipulation, the fake assurance from the fans to Christian's actions, Christian to his mother's the way she raised him, the way his father, I think was he in his life? Or her life? I'm apologize if I'm like fucking. You know, I'm not apologizing. This is something where right here. Their pronouns should not matter at this point. Their pronouns are making this is actually kind of like what the thing is right here. You make the situations right here where things just shouldn't matter. For at the moment, we should be worrying about bigger things, and more bigger thing is he sexually assaulted his mother, and people basically pushed him to that point. That's what should we be focusing on. I don't think we should be focusing on pronouns, and that's what a lot of people are apparently focusing on. I talk about it sometimes, but I try to steer away from it. Anyway, this is the same as the way the situation. You create false narratives. You create false narratives, and then it creates more false narratives for situations that already have true narratives. I don't know. I am very bad with like explaining like just generally how things work, but that's just what I think. If you put out a false narrative, any other narrative that you make is going to seem false. No matter how true it is, no matter how rooted in truth it is, it doesn't matter. It's going to seem false to the people that you would fucking lied to. Simple. This is just what I think.
And it diminishes the real world impact and understanding of it. And this is contributing to that. Somebody says, Papa, no, they didn't. They were friends. They were talking about what if life was a simulation. No, I'm telling you, I watched the video myself. You have to understand that I am an adult with my own autonomy. I watched the video. It was a very, 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 it was a heated conversation where Keemstar was getting frustrated because Etika was effectively insulting him. And then he said, well, if nothing is real, why don't you just jump off of a bridge? He has a contributing factor there. I'm letting you know that from
that right there, like that quote right there, that is, and it doesn't make it better. Like, I know, like, this is the main point of it, but it doesn't make it better that he did that. He actually did do that. Keemstar is lucky he has not been like roped into some criminal investigation that happened with Etika, because that right there, that is incriminating. Like, saying that on your own show to people and having like. That is the equivalent of like saying like, you know, you better watch out, bro, you're gonna get fucking stabbed and beat up, and then whenever a couple weeks later somebody gets stabbed and beat up and shit, and you're sitting there like, Well, I was just joking, man. I was trying to make a diss track, you know. I was trying to make a diss track. I was trying to diss, you know. It was just beef, you know. It's just, like you trying? Are you stupid? Stop doing that shit. It's like that's what I think. I try to steer away from physical, like using physical altercations as a reason to solve situations. Even though I think you know anarchy is sometimes required in the evolution of change. That's the word. That is the worst way ever to put it. I think like social distress, not social distress, but social disruption is the best way to change things in the world. And if you do it right, you change things for the better. You do things wrong, you change it for the worst. Example, fucking Capitol riots. Basically just a fucking reason to rush the fucking Capitol and act like a fucking dumbass. Feces all over the floor. Feces all over the floors and walls. Like this is bad. Like they are literal fucking monkeys. Like that is just what it was. These fucking hogs went in there and then threw around feces like fucking monkeys. That is just the most fucking disgusting thing I have ever seen. And the fact that they turned on their own fucking vice president is hilarious to me. It is hilarious. It's disturbing, but it's hilarious. Hang my pants. I love it. I love that. But yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I think physical altercations, most of the time should not and will not be required. But if you're in a situation where your rights, well, not necessarily your rights, but your well-being is being challenged. Not challenged. I keep saying like the worst way is like to say this. If your fucking well-being is being you're assaulted, and you feel like you're being assaulted, and and you're rooted in reason. You are not thinking irrationally. You are thinking in reason. You should be able to fight back. Simple. Then that goes for every situation, including like protesting and shit. If you feel that you are in a situation where you have no power whatsoever, your protesting doesn't do fucking shit. Protest never does shit, and change will never come. You gotta make change yourself. Simple.
My perspective, you are emphatically incorrect. Back to it.
So this is what he sent me, knowing that we're about to talk about his new daughter. I mean, girlfriend.
I don't know why it's worth an hour of watching, but
Box me, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's been exercising a little weight. He wants to fight.
I mean, so far, it seems like this is a drama.
An 18-year-old, obvious by the people you're dating. I'm just
We
like,
hate Keemstar.
actually, you know what? This
They're both really fucking stupid. Keemstar, like if Keemstar literally just responded, like rationally and just said, "Why is it your concern who the fuck I date? Keep with your wife." Simple, you know. That's like if you just said that would have been perfectly fucking okay. People would have been on Keemstar's side at that point. But like, what the fuck? Box me, bitch. What the fuck? What are you, a fucking? They're both children. Like I don't know why Ethan is getting mad because he's acting like a child, and I don't know why Ethan is getting mad at Keemstar for dating a 20-year-old because he's acting like a fucking child. Dude, like at this point, they're all fucking like kids in fucking middle school, acting like fucking like dumbasses on the playground. Like you're fighting over a fucking chick. Like what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised, but he's actually just joined the Zoom call. I think he wants to comment on this.
I just want to say, Mama Guys in the chat said, "Baby, I love you so much." I think
What the fuck is the face?
I love how much you think about things and the way you express your thoughts. You're so hot, and I love you. And I think that really just sums me up a lot.
End of the story.
Yeah, I better not.
I'll bring him in. And hopefully you can keep it brief.
They explaining
Whatever.
IADHD caused me to explain situations like all over the walls. I'll go from one thing to another and switch to this and switch to that. I'll be all over the place. and I've been getting better at pulling myself back, into like the realm of reality. But a lot of times, I'll just go on ranting. That's just honesty.
If there ever had been over his right now, Friday.
There just seems to be a meeting.
Fucking Lord. Fucking Lord.
So far, they're just memeing it, which is like fine. Who cares?
What did you say, basically?
So she was just talking about the fact that, like you said, the age. I have a summary in a second. The power play that does exist, even if she isn't.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. It's what. What's going on?
Imagine that.
I hate when the fuck does. Roku fucking literally skips like a couple seconds after.
And she's in a fan because Keem claims that she is not a fan, his girlfriend, with her fan. They always say,
Well, power play met at a fan meetup. Imagine that. He's 39 years old, by the way. 39. And he met her at a fan meetup. This guy is
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Are you not supposed to like have fan meetups when you're older? Is this like a rule I didn't know about?
Romeo.
Yeah, no, it's like even it's like creating situations that just don't fucking exist.
We started looking into it. And here is, what is this? Oh, this is his response to Trisha. So here you go. Let's give everyone their fair shake here.
Trisha, trash, hate it. You're unbelievable, Trisha. You're absolutely unbelievable. Let me explain to everyone. All right, recently on Mom's Face.
You know what I just realized looking at him? I think his beard is longer than his shins. Like, if you zoom out and see his legs on the floor, because I think he's like 5'2". His beard is longer than his actual shin.
Keemstar's beard is so fucking weird. I don't know. He's like, I don't understand why he tries to like make it to perfection because it just makes it look weird. It's just like, fucking have a normal fucking beard like a fucking normal person. Your fucking beard should not be this fucking goddamn like perfectly aligned. You look like a guy. You look like a fucking like action figure that like somebody got at like a fucking Dollar Tree.
His beard is longer.
That's impossible.
I think so. I think he's zoom out. You see that.
Banks was asking me about, my single life. And I was like, well, I'm starting to date this girl. She happens to be 20. I'm having a time.
I will say one thing. Keemstar managed to make his video 2 minutes, so good for him.
My life, da 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 da. And he's like asking me all these.
I finally met someone that meets my.
Trisha makes a lot
This is how I found out about this. That's on this video.
longer videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So far, the criticisms are totally fair from Ethan. So, I mean, yeah, Keemstar is
There's a lot more comments. This is great.
Just fucking questions. I'm just talking about it, and I'm you guys see me. I'm blowy. I'm having the time. I'm so happy. Right?
He's probably
I'm very
being a
good place.
fuckboy asshole.
Everything is fucking gold. Trisha Hayes decides to upload a video to
Such a good luck crisis right now.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
I think he's with for a while.
Okay.
I never figured out if his girlfriend was the mom of his daughter or not.
No, I think she was not.
Right.
Can you speak to this? I have them on increased speed because I don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
Thank you. You're supposed to get his girl. 2 hours ago.
No, right, because his video is over an hour and it's over an hour and 90 minutes. What the fuck?
Hold on, I gotta pull it. I should show.
You should.
This is
You really crossed the line.
She's gone through enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I'm gonna say this. I'll make this clear up front. Don't try and find out who the girl is. Don't try and do
The girl is not to blame for anything.
Yeah.
The girl is only 20 years old. She's a child.
Yes.
blame for what? There's nothing to blame anybody for. And yeah, this 20-year-old has her own she has the ability to function. Like she's part of this.
And this, would you if you're this, if H3 was 20 years old, I would ask this himself. If H3, if you were 20 years old, would you want people fucking judging you for fucking dating somebody that you believe you would have a fulfilling relationship with? Would you want people to hate you for that? At the age of 20 years fucking old? Would you want people to hate you for that? And you'd say no, then what the fuck?
It's a mistake. It's her mistake to make. He's not assaulting her or coercing her into the situation. There's absolutely no indicators of that.
Yeah.
She's a factor. None of them deserve hate. Well, you can make fun of Keemstar. He's a public figure and he's a loser that deplatformed Carson that was 19 for talking to a 17-year-old. So he deserves some hatred.
Yeah, that's the Carson situation. Carson's situation, I think Carson's I think the manipulation is really fucked up. I think the manipulation is fucked up, but the overall statement of 17-year-old shouldn't be dating a 19-year-old is false. Simple. The sending inappropriate images to a minor and getting the images back, that's also fucked up. Yeah, and that's something I can't really fucking ride with him with. But that fucking the 17-19 thing should not be a concern. That's what I think.
But she's still an active
I don't know anything about her. I'm not going after her at all. I'm never going to criticize
an active player. She's in the starting lineup.
A 39-year-old creep preying on a young girl.
Yep. See, there you go. It's already been like the creep part, totally fine. Praying and now we're already starting the diminishing diminishing to the actual conversations about sexual assault and coercive language and like actual like positive consent. Because if you're gonna label this not like non-consensual, you're just moving the goalposts constantly. Like not everything is a predatory interaction. That's diminishing to survivors of assault when you label these types of things predatory.
See, that's not okay. You're fair enough.
He mentioned in his podcast that he doesn't want to post pictures of work because he doesn't want her to get hate. So because he's
Anyway.
I hate that stuff. Saying that I'm going to ruin this girl, I'm going to emotionally scar her forever. Saying that the reason why.
Well, let's be fair, that's probably true regardless of age. That's fair point.
Okay, that's funny, but you know, like, you're not going to scar somebody for age. Like, that's ridiculous. It's not a scarring traumatic experience to date an older guy or a younger girl. Like, it's just weird.
Girls date.
I just want to say,
And the problem is, here's the problem, and this is what they're able to hide it behind socially, because a lot of people are going to agree with them, but the people that are going to agree with them are the people who are going to project their experience onto it. And the thing is that it's not a lot of people with the experience of being 20 dating an older person. It's a lot of people who have the experience of being a younger person below age of consent, being manipulated and groomed by older people. And so they're going to apply their situation to the Keemstar situation, even though it's not comparable. And that's what they're
as a person's personally gone through situations of that sort. I still agree with the sentiment that 17 to 19 is perfectly okay. I think 16 to 19 is perfectly okay. And I think that the situation between Keemstar and this lady is perfectly okay. This comes from somebody who has experienced like this type of thing before. It's just like, I don't understand. Like, these people are fucking idiots. These people are simply fucking idiots. And it's just crazy to me. And, you know, it might be her mistake for dating Keemstar. You know, that's a whole other topic we can talk about. But like, debating that he's a pedophile because he fucking dates a 20-year-old, and he's debating that she's getting scarred. A 20-year-old is getting scarred for dating a 39-year-old is completely false. Simple. You know, you can't project your experiences onto somebody.
Problem. So if you're like somebody out there who was like abused or groomed and in a relationship, I understand what you're feeling. Well, you know what? I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't understand what you're feeling. That would be absolutely ridiculous for me to be like, I understand. I don't understand. What I'm saying is that your experience where you were actively predatorized and abused is not comparable to a 20-year-old that's above age of consent making a consent. That's not actually. It's the other way around. A 39-year-old dating a 20-year-old is nothing compared to your situation. That's actually better to say it. It's just the other way around. I feel like that's what you should have said. Because, you know, making actual decision to date a 39-year-old. It's weird, but it's not instantly predatory. And we have to acknowledge that there's a difference there, and we have to try to remain as unbiased as possible. Yes.
Like all this fuck.
Because you said she's a child. Technically, 20 is not a child.
I know.
Okay. That's just all I'm great. Because that's all.
Yeah, he's saying it so he can pump the situation as much as possible to make Keemstar look like an actual predator. The child comment.
I'm glad Gila is like at least somewhat fucking like responsible. I like Gila. I love when Gila fucking just fixes Ethan in the middle of everything.
It wasn't as toxic as the praying comments. Not praying.
Yeah, obviously, she's of legal age. They can do whatever they want, but we're allowed to have an opinion about it.
Yeah, especially when
my opinion is pretty creepy. Yeah. Obviously, it happens. She's not the first guy to date a young girl.
I love that shit. I watch on TV all the time. Favorite reality shows.
But their relationships are very interesting, really.
Yeah, and it says a lot more about him.
Right. Yeah.
No criticism.
Right.
It kind of says something about both of them. I mean, if you're 20 dating older people, you're a weirdo. I'm just.
He's generally want somebody that has more experience. It just says that's like usually what they think. They think this an older guy. He will know he will know me better. He'll know the person better, which is actually generally true. If you're older, you will have more experience generally because you've been in a lot more shit than people have been. Example 20.
Being honest, it's just weird. Why? What happened in your life that made you want to date a 40-year-old? And then what happened as a
example, 21-year-old being terrible in bed or something, somebody your age just being generally a dickhead, or people being immature, or maybe people not growing up. It could be anything. This is the thing. Papa got this is what I'm talking about. There's many situations here that you can talk about. It's like I understand that it seems weird for a 20-year-old day for a 9-year-old, which I believe is true. 39 is like it's a very weird like gap. But to say that like there isn't like a reason what went for your life to make that decision, easily a lot. You could have a bad experience with like a fucking young boyfriend or girlfriend and shit, and you could have that as a situation, and then you decide, I want a person who's older, and you might have picked a little bit too older. 39 is a little bit far up ahead, but it's 39. It's not even fucking 50. Like it's not like you're a 50-year-old man. You're not an octogenarian or some fuck shit like that.
40-year-old that made you feel like it's appropriate to date 20-year-old. There's both weird. Just letting you know, you're both weird.
The 20-year-old, she sees this rich, successful, famous guy. She apparently doesn't know much about him.
Because how about this? If this is a situation right here, what about the relationships between 60 to 70-year-olds and 30-year-olds? What are those situations? You see all the celebrities who marry these models and shit that like 30 plus. What do you think about that situation? Is it predatory? There's close to a 30 to 40-year age gap. Is that predatory basically? Or is because the woman is a grown woman, she can make her own decisions? It is such a fucking does this experience make you fucking does experience make consent impossible or something? What the fuck is going on?
Fine for her, it's a new experience, but he's the guy that needs to know better about it.
Is it? Hey, it's a new experience. So a new experience is usually a good thing to have, like a new experience, generally speaking.
No. So you can go with a new experience. That doesn't make this swap. She's a 20-year-old woman. If he did heroin, and he was like, "Oh, it's a new experience." You still did heroin. You still fucking did the drug. You can't just say, "Oh, it was a new experience." You made the decision to do it.
No, so yeah, she made that point too.
Yeah, she probably has daddy issues and fulfill the role. And Keemstar is a literal man-child that thinks he's 25 or 20 years old and thinks it is appropriate. Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with Keem if he's compatible with this 20-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important we keep emphasizing.
Sure, there's something wrong with a lot of people if they'll do a lot of things. There's something wrong with you if you fucking pick your ass and then scratch your nose, but it doesn't mean that it's illegal. You're a weirdo. You understand what I'm saying?
This is not criticism of the girl.
You see how careful they are to criticize the girl because the social narrative is oh, she's a victim. So if I criticize her in any capacity, I'm victim blaming. She's not a victim, so you're not victim. You can acknowledge that.
There's no victims in the fucking situation.
That makes her weird.
Only victim here is me wasting my time doing this shit, bro.
Everybody's a fucking victim. You're diminishing actual victims.
It's only forever criticism of Keemstar.
Where's this coming from, Trisha? I can tell you where it's coming from. Your life.
Oh, there's no hair on his head. What the fuck?
Because you told the entire internet when you were younger, you would date older guys for fucking money. All right? These things don't relate. These things don't relate at all.
Is Keemstar bald? He isn't bald, right?
It's kind of
She's got her own job. All right? She's got her own money.
No hair on his head. What the fuck?
Because you told the entire internet when you were younger, you would date older guys for fucking money. All right? These things don't relate. These things don't relate at all.
It's kind of true.
She's got her own job. All right? She's got her own money. She has a great relationship with everybody in her family, including her father.
Well, that's weird. So what is she doing? Is she playing a prank? What's happening? Why the fuck is she dating him? Although Rakeem probably doesn't know what a good relationship with your family is. Maybe that's just mean. I assume he's a bad father, but maybe that's mean. Maybe I shouldn't make that assumption.
I kind of think that's bad. I don't like bother this. I think some people are bad, but usually a lot of the people that are bad people are at the very least somewhat good father figures. A lot of bad fucking people are apparently the best fucking fathers. You don't usually find murderers, being their child's being damaged alone from their experience with their parents. Or something like that.
I only assume it because he is a rape apologist, and I don't think that you would be a good person when you're a rape apologist.
Not everyone is you. You're emotionally sorry for. Well,
I'm tired, Alan.
Him and the father, they get along great. They're
Actually they went to high school together, and they're all buddies. When she's done eating dinner with the family, she goes over to Keemstar's to eat. I was gonna say eat his salad, but that's not nice.
Well, it's not even funny. It's not even the father joke was funny. Their dads are the dad and Keemstar. They're what's the joke there?
No, I don't want to know that.
She could have said something when once she's done eating food at the kids' table, she goes to the adult table that the Keemstar was at. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Younger, in your 20s, dating
Come on,
older men.
come on, H3. You're a fucking comedian. You gotta get the shit fucking rolling. Get it rolling.
I get that, all right? You had a bad relationship with your father. I get that. My girl doesn't. Your experience is completely different than my experience.
It's so shitty that I have to agree with Keemstar. Like, he's not really wrong. It's a very boiled down situation.
It's put in his words, but it's true. Like he's not wrong. It's Keemstar saying some like fucking Keemstar shit, but it's true.
It's boiling down what actually happened, but he's not wrong.
And you're like, where's this fucking coming from? Where is this actually coming from? I'm like trying to piece it all together, and like you're trying to like insinuate that I'm a fucking pedo. We got screenshots.
Nobody's saying he's a pedo.
You said that he was preying on a 20-year-old. You're trying to say he's a pedophile.
You're insinuating it completely. It's literally obvious. There's no fucking way you're not insinuating it.
Without actually saying it. That's a reasonable assertion to make. There's no other defensible position. If you're not trying to.
The video is literally Keemstar is dating a 20-year-old. He's 40. There is big amounts of insinuation there. Like,
equate him to some kind of a pseudo pedophile, then there's no reason that you should be spending an hour talking about this.
Yeah.
Stop it, Keemstar. You're such a stretcher.
If this wasn't as big as it is, this would be a 5-minute video on the fucking After Dark podcast. That is fucking simple. It would be a 5-minute segment on the After Dark podcast. You guys would be laughing at it like you laughed at Are You Gay or some shit like that. You know, like it's just something like that.
Nah, I dislike Keemstar a lot. This is not wrong.
Well, you're right. Did she insinuate to pedo? No,
She insinuated that he was a predator because of the age. It is like she's trying to insinuate that he's some form of pedophile. And Ethan quite literally called her a child. So,
you know what? I think we're all acknowledging she's 20, so clearly not a pedo.
He's the one that likes to.
Could you imagine? Like you're making people agree with Keemstar. Like that's bad. That's such a bad thing to do. That's what you're doing. You're making people go, "Oh, Keemstar's right." That's when God made the 10 Commandments. That was actually the first commandment.
Don't let Keemstar be right.
Love it. It's actually 0.1 commandment.
Don't let Keemstar be right.
And it's like you realize how much harm you're doing. This is incredible.
Yeah.
He's giving Keemstar so much validation here. It is fucking insane. God damn you, Ethan. Why do you gotta? I got this drama and you ruin this man. You ruin your own fucking reputation and you get this guy yours. Like it's just.
No, but I think he's just making this epic stretch just so he can bring up this next point.
He deleted our photo.
You guys have an hour-long video. It's literally 2 minutes fucking long. What the fuck are you talking about?
He did.
Hey, just keep in mind, guys, that Trisha at 33, I believe, she on OnlyFans slept with a 23-year-old girl. Now, so you guys know, she said anybody below 25 is basically a child, and they can't give correct consent, which means that Trisha Paytas violated that 23-year-old. Her sister, which is also around her age, slept with an 18-year-old on their OnlyFans. So we have to keep in mind that by Trisha's own logic, they are predators.
I still see it, but
just again, not a person with a girl, but he goes, the photo is his girl and like his Ferrari or something.
25? I just realized it. 25, Trisha? What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
For that nice sports car. Anyway, he goes, she's not interested in my money, and then tweets a picture of her in his Corvette. Which, by the way, she may not well be, but he's putting that out there, not her.
Who cares?
Something that Cameron pointed out to me is Corvette's a really small car, and the angle of the photos are kind of funny. I'm just gonna say that.
What does that mean? Like, go to that photo. Oh, you think she's taller than him? Well, everyone's taller than him.
I'm just saying, he's good. Yeah, Corvette took his photo.
You're drawing something. Yeah, it's
Good luck, AD, because you're fucking it.
Okay. Thank you, baby.
We got screenshots of it. You tried to hit my minors for years. We got video proof of this happening. What are you saying?
Yeah, this is classic Keemstar tactics. He goes, you're criticizing me in any way? Well, then I'm going to go to instantly go to the most insane place I can and threaten you never to talk about him. He is.
Which Trisha talking to minors? I just don't know. And I'm obviously not going to take Keemstar's word for it because that would be fucking wildly irresponsible.
The worst. That'd
be like the equivalent of like. That'd be the equivalent of getting like advice from like a fucking like. That'd be equivalent of getting military advice from like a fucking ISIS like leader. You fucking sitting there like, hey, bro, could you tell me like how to use the codes and shit for the nuclear missiles? I don't know how to use them.
You know, If I have to pick sides, I will always go against Keemstar. It works, and that's his and will ever exist on YouTube, period.
That's a really great perspective to have, that somebody always go against somebody regardless of the facts. That's a really defensible position there.
See, is literally legal. What?
Yeah, no, it's legal.
The final point that I would like to make is the entire internet has seen it, all right? You want this Keemstar cock, all right? You have tried to get my fucking cock for years, and it was very exalting.
He wants to laugh at Come on, laugh at Keemstar cock.
You want this Keemstar cock, right? You have tried to get my fucking cock for years, and it was very exalting.
Come on, that's a good line. You want the Keemstar cock.
Has seen it, all right? You want this Keemstar cock, right? You have tried to get my fucking cock for years, and it was very insulting, right? So I was in a relationship with a girlfriend, and you still try to fuck me forever. I'm not interested. I don't find you fucking attractive, all right? On the outside or the inside. Not interested.
Interesting theory. Glad.
This is the worst drama that I've ever covered between them, because it's making me laugh, and I know that like subconsciously it's making me like Keemstar more, and I don't like that. This is because that was funny, and
that was fucking funny. That was fucking hilarious. I don't care. Keemstar cock is fucking amazing.
Honestly, Trisha, I got a big sense that she wanted to fuck Ethan, and I wouldn't doubt that there was a point where she wanted to fuck Keemstar, but he didn't find. Because I genuinely believe that Trisha validates herself through sex, which is evident by many things if you've ever followed her content, and that she thinks everybody wants to fuck her. But then if you express that you don't, then it makes her want to fuck you. So I don't doubt that that's true. Now that's a speculation, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, there's a whole war going on between them, which I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fun for me to watch from the sidelines.
Not the sidelines. You were here part of it. What the fuck are you talking about? You were literally mentioned inside the video.
But we started looking at all this, and then Keemstar,
actually Keem, I know he kind of forgot, but he messaged me. He said he's
Papa. When I was in high school, there was a 17-year-old girl dating, sleeping with, and living with, and engaged to a 47-year-old. He had a lot of cars, and it was that Lopez guy. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Said he wants to talk, and he'll be calmer this time. He's back on the Zoom.
Okay, I just want to be fair to him. We've been doing it with
It's gonna be so boring.
So bring him on. Do we have to say? I bring him up. Keemstar, you gotta calm down. You want to talk? Okay, Keemstar.
I don't want to leave him. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
He's really not any calmer than the last time.
The fuck was that?
I guarantee I don't want that. You really am that.
You want that Keemstar cock.
I don't want to leave him. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
He's really not any calmer than the last time.
You want this Keemstar cock.
I guarantee I don't. I'm going to show this one because it's just her back, but it's really about the caption. He posted this, look at the caption. She said, legit, he posted this with this caption. He said, she plays Minecraft, am I going to jail? Hell yeah, hell yeah. What does that mean? Because she's a kid? Yeah. He's joking about the fact that she's a child.
Yeah, that's what we call a joke. Yes.
Yeah, I know. He's making fun of the fact that you guys care about it this much.
Okay, thank you.
He elaborates more on the whole Minecraft thing on his podcast, which we're going to get into. Apparently this clip.
I just haven't sped up because this is dumb. This is fucking mind-numbing bullshit.
Of him talking about his relationship with his 20-year-old Minecraft playing girl. It's not like we have a custom thumbnail. What is this? It's just, I asked him what's about. Fryer phase and.
Oh, God. What is this?
Yeah, that's right.
The fuck is this?
Okay, so here he is, Keemstar talking about his girlfriend, and I told him this entire clip is just pure, absolute spun gold from purple steel skin, made of himself, just pure spun gold. Now, before we watch this, I guess we should talk about the fact that, so bear in mind, he has a 11-year-old daughter. His daughter is closer to age to his girlfriend than he is by about double.
I don't care about how close his daughter is, but see, this is the stuff where we focus on the wrong things.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, let's add in 40 different factors so we can make the situation seem worse than it actually is. That's basically what he's trying to do.
Oh, this girl is double the age of the daughter. It's very close. And it's
if you statistically think about the situation, this is the equivalent of if comparing Abraham Lincoln and JFK's fucking shit together. It's like the equivalent of that. Oh, Abraham Lincoln did this, John F. Kennedy did that, but it did this, and it did that. If you add 17 plus 20, then you get this situation where this happened and this happened and this happened. It's like, who the fuck? How are we supposed to figure out what's what?
You want to know what I'm more scared of? I'm scared of a guy who thinks that it's appropriate to say, why don't you just try to push the dick out of your mouth when you're getting raped in the face? That's Keemstar. That scares me.
Yeah.
That's why I don't believe he's going to make a good father. That's a valid criticism. This is dumb. This is stupid. It's fucking stupid. You're focusing on the wrong things that don't matter. This doesn't matter.
And I'm just putting context. Keemstar had already screamed the N-word on Xbox Live by the time his girlfriend was born. Interestingly. That's a good context. That's a good context. We'll get the picture of the time. Yeah, she didn't even exist. He was screaming N-words on Xbox Live before he even existed. I mean, that's a lie.
Oh yeah, Xbox jokes. You know, just keep mentioning everything fucking Keemstar is known for because you guys can't find anything else. God, you're making me fucking love Keemstar. Like it's just like Ethan just fucking Ethan, just fucking stop.
Time in a sea of slander and lies.
I don't want to agree with this man. I don't want to agree with Keem. I don't want to agree with the bro, but like it's just like you make me want it.
I am. That's what I think. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like, just build a fucking paintball.
This leads into it. I just can't get over how dumb Facebook like sound.
Paintball. It's really more successful.
What I mean, I just said, play wrong. I'm gonna do this part.
If my trigger is out a dumb amount of land. That's a dumb amount of land. Like, there's a lot of space in it.
Yeah, Ethan did say the N word. I don't know why he's criticizing Keemstar for saying the N word.
Oh yeah, I haven't maybe. Yeah, I just realized that. I just realized that. Fucking he kind of like mind tricked me there and made me forget about it. He even said the N word way more, and in a way worse way than I think Keem did it by far. Oh wait, actually no, there was that Keemstar bid. No, there was that Keemstar bid. Never mind. I think that Keemstar definitely had the worst fucking one with Alex.
I'm thinking about, I was thinking about like on a hill. There's like a hill that you have a palm.
There's a lot of people like, I don't want to stop doing
You want this Keemstar cup?
Bro, why do people watch these people? Genuine question. I've watched smaller content creators on YouTube that are objectively more intelligent than all these people, that go into depth and like have an understanding of different things. Even smaller YouTube channels that like play fucking video games are more intelligent and nuanced than this.
I know who he's speaking about. I think he's talking about Optimus. He's talking about Pegasus and shit like that. People, commentary channels that have video games up on that talk about the conversations. I think he's talking about them. He's talking about them that like they agree with Keemstar.
And like, why is this getting? These are grown men and women and thems, whatever. Trisha Paytas, Ethan Klein, and fucking Daniel Keem. All these people, they're older and they're so dumb. I'm 31, and like I like to believe that I try to bring like a level of education and nuance and maturity to my platform from my life experience. These people are just fucking dumb. It's not
me. In my opinion, I don't bring any type of like philosophical or political or any type of intelligence whatsoever over to my channel, at least at the current moment, because I don't have the creative capability at the moment in terms of how I function. I usually just make videos off my phone and shit. I don't have the creative capability to make like full out opinions unless I'm on stream and shit. And this is like one of the examples. I usually talk about a lot of shit on stream compared to how I would on like videos. And then I'll make videos and there'll be just short explanations and shit. But the thing is, I don't have the creative capability to formally explain with images, with visual and audio and images and shit like that. I don't have the ability to make a functional point in a video like that. That's just in my and I feel like I shouldn't be doing it. I think I should. I think I just able to cover situations. Generally, give people the rundown of situations, and then I give my like just simple opinion. But eventually, I'm gonna be at a point where I'm gonna have to start, making videos where I describe situations, and I am the one who is supposed to be able to morally determine what's right and wrong in the situation and help people guide themselves to a better pathway in terms of knowledge. And eventually, I'm gonna get to that point. I don't know when, and currently, it's not gonna be on the Heavenly Kid channel because I don't have access to it anymore. But eventually, I'm gonna get to it.
Not that their content is inherently bad because they went from easier platform or podcast. That's not an issue. It's that like they were never purely intelligent, and then like they always did dumb fart humor, which I enjoyed Ethan's old stuff. But like now it's just brain dead bullshit. Like what? This isn't hours of farts and fucking clips. This is stupid. This is supposed to be. If you believe that it's a serious thing that a 40-year-old or a 39-year-old
at the very least my videos, at the very least I deleted that mini live video I made that was like very fucking bad. It was just like me just clowning the guy basically. I didn't really talk about the situation. Most of my videos now they just generally talk about the situation. I don't try to make jokes and shit. I'll give my opinion. It's like, oh, that's fucking disgusting. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, it's actually, but at the very at the very least, I don't fucking, I don't try to make like jokes out of situations. That's just what I think. This has come from somebody who believes in dark humor a lot. I believe in like the ability to make jokes about situations that are not like not particularly positive.
Girl's dating a 20-year-old. Why is it a fart poop joke to you?
Yeah, there's way more intelligent ways of discussing the situation. You can discuss and you can go in depth on the power dynamic. You don't have to make the point that there is a power dynamic, but you can make reasons as to say there's a power dynamic. Keemstar is a 39-year-old man, and it seems like he's currently going through a midlife crisis. He has made accusations to people of being pedophiles, has made rape, has justified rape basically, and has shown that he is not capable of fucking holding a conversation with an adult human being. So this thing with this 20-year-old just seems very fucking weird. You could say that. And you could make like a fucking 10-minute video out of that. You could just generally talk about the information and then make a 10-minute video out. And you get fucking ad revenue. And that's the end of the day. But now he wants to make an hour video where there's no reason. There's no reason to make an hour video about Keemstar in any situation. Unless you are talking about the entire H3 Keemstar situation, there should be no reason to make an hour video on Keemstar. Ever. Simple. People fucking gravitate towards this shit. I'm done. There should be no reason to fucking talk about the situation anymore. I'm completely done with it. There is a video.
Watch this. Debating is stupid, especially debating like conservative propagandists like this.
21, are we talking about 1861? Because the point is, can we talk about 1861 in 2021? Yes, we can. And I don't know who's against talking about history.
Ben Shapiro is by far the worst guest I've ever seen appear on Bill Maher. Bill Maher and Ben Shapiro is not a good mix. Ben Shapiro is completely different from how Bill Maher is. Bill Maher is like classy. He is a simple, original fucking. I'm not saying he's good, but he's an original type of like fucking reporter, and he's a talk show host. And Ben Shapiro, on the other hand, is very emotive. He's better. He's fast. He's talkative. He's very meta. I don't know how to explain it, but he's the meta of neoliberal fucking knowledge, and it's funny, but it's not good for him to mix up with Bill Maher, and I don't think it's good for him to mix up with Malcolm Nance either, because Malcolm Nance is going to completely fucking wipe the floor with Ben Shapiro. Malcolm is by far the more intelligent debater and the more intelligent person in this situation, in my opinion.
And they want to, in Texas, they're talking about removing references to the Ku Klux Klan. They're talking about removing.
And the only way that fucking Ben Shapiro is going to win against Malcolm is like rhetoric by far.
Come on, it's Texas. I mean, how can we watch Forrest Gump without even knowing who Nathan Bedford Forrest is? Right? I mean, these are people who are historical figures who did bad things. No one is actually saying we want to go back and erase everything and restart. And that's just Texas.
Why is Bill Maher siding with Shapiro? Because Bill Maher is Bill Maher. Bill Maher has always been like this.
Says Bill Maher, dude. That's a painfully white statement, dude. Yeah, just one of the largest states in the country with one of the largest black and brown populations. They're just not teaching. The teachers no longer have to tell you that the Ku Klux Klan was immoral, like that was taken out of the subject matter. Yeah, it's just Texas, bro. Come on, that's just Texas. Whatever, dude. Fuck it. Larger than like most countries, dog. What the fuck?
Yep.
And it's not just Texas. There are plenty of other fucking states that are doing similar things.
Also, what happens whenever Texans branch out into different countries? What happens then?
most countries, dog. What the fuck?
Yeah, but what I was saying, what happens if Texans branch out to different countries, family that branch out to different countries, and their beliefs get taught to their kids, their beliefs get taught to their kids as kids, and it goes on and on. They spread over to their friends. What happens then? You develop this ideology that it's just a small amount of people. Same would be said for progressives. Progressives were just a small group, and now we are a very strong fucking part of the Democratic Party. Even though we are basically hated by liberals in the Democratic Party, we are a part of the Democratic Party, and it took a while, but it worked. It's just like it's really obvious that they don't want change.
There's plenty of other fucking states are doing similar things. So.
Talk to you about these things. Critical race theory is a subject because the Republican right has made it a subject. No real school organizations are mandating